Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Disaster Chess. I'm your host, Johnny. We're trying to learn some goddamn chess here. And what I've been playing with this week has been the Queen's Gambit on white. So let's take a look at it. And just to show you what I mean exactly, it is pushing the Queen's pawn. And usually they do something like this. And then we offer up the c-file pawn, right? In which case, a lot of the time, they take. And what do? Hey, you got two pawns in the center. It's beautiful. Let's say they do a basic bitch developing move like this. You can always take with the bishop, and now you got like a hell of a position in the center. So even though you lose early on a pawn, it's kind of, you're setting up like a pretty strong early game. So why don't we try that in case we get white? It's not guaranteed. If we do get white, we'll try the gambit. We didn't. So, you know, luck of the draw. We'll do it some other time. So they go for that. You know what? Are they going to do the Queen's Gambit on us? They're not. Okay, interesting. I actually like just doing something pretty coy in these cases. Like this move is just disastrous, right? A basic developing move like this is not terrible. So we don't spend a lot of time on the opening. Let's just do something like that. I think time management is one of the big things we have to improve. I would love to do this move, but then we lock in our bishop, so it might be a bit greedy. I would love to bring out the bishop before, but then I feel like, you know what? We're going to do it. You put some pressure on the queen. Of course, he can't cap it right now, but he can easily block it. He can easily block it with that, and he does. That's fine. We can. I'm okay leaving this tension here, right? I don't need to undo it right now. And now that we've moved the bishop out, we can do this move. So we got some protection for this little dude. Okay, he brings back some pressure. Now we have to be careful because, you know, if we go here, we can only go like this. These are the only moves. But I think we're going to be okay. So again, if he takes, boom, we got it, right? We got it covered. Now he's got this like triangle structure here. Interesting. Okay, so he's enforcing these. These. Covering these squares. I think that for us, you know, bringing out our other bishop is pretty positive. We could go all the way here and pin this knight. I don't think it's terrible. Maybe a bit aggressive to bring out your knights your bishops this far out early. But I kind of like the idea of pinning. I've been playing a lot with that, and it tends to work fairly well. Sure, they can push here or even here, dude. But we got options, right? We got some decent options. Now, if we have to go all the way back here, it starts to get weird because then we don't really have any escape. That could actually get really dangerous. If he pushes here, we have to go here, and we can't really get out. Just let's keep an eye on that. Gotta keep an eye on that. This is kind of interesting. So an interesting pawn position there. It's maybe something we can abuse, but I don't see it right now. I don't see how to do it right now. I do like bringing out my knight. And I'm looking to castle, dude. I'm looking to be principled. Oh, I see. So he's going for that pawn push. Now, if we go something like this, and he pushes here, we can still take with the pawn. So that's not terrible. I'm trying to think if there's a better way of doing it. I don't think we have any other move we can do at that point. So my plan, you castle, you bring out the rook to play in the mid lane. And you give the king here some breathing room, whether that means, you know, like h6. I'm a fan of h6 in general. Well, this move just does nothing, does it? It actually did nothing, that move, I'm pretty sure. But that's okay. We have to find a move that does something. So this creates a bit of tension. He could take back, but then he loses the knight. Probably not going to do it. And places our knight in a bit of a more threatening position, I think. It doesn't like produce anything right away, but it creates a bit of a threat, at least. Controls a few squares. I'm trying to think if there's some way to get to this rook that's kind of lost in the ether. I mean, if we did something like this, it would be dope. But this knight is kind of in the way, isn't it? So probably not going to be possible to do. And then the other thing I'm thinking is I'm reminding myself to be principled and castle. And then the third thing is like, hey, bring the queen out to play. Hey, do you want to take my knight? I'll take your bishop, bro. Any day of the week. Do you know what I mean? And if we bring the queen out to play right now, do we have anything worth threatening straight away? Not really. You know what? Castle. Castle me, bro. Hey, you want to take me on e4? Go for it. Watch me care, bro. I don't care. I'm not phased. We still got pressure here. He can't use this knight, which means, you know, this position and this position are not as protected. Well, this one is not protected at all. This one is just protected by the bishop, which we'll see what he does with it. We also have this move available to us. Pressure on the king. Now, this is just juicy, isn't it? You are bringing out your rook in a way that allows me to just do this. Unless I'm like fucking up big time. This is just like, hey, take your dirty, smelly rook out of here. Right? He can't stay. He has to just waste a move to go back. And sure, we open up the path to this dude, but pff, dude, what do we care, right? I am now thinking, hey, something like this, potentially. Do we care about that, guys? Do we care about this? He can't, what can he do with that? He's not doing anything. Now, this is something I'm really interested in, right? But then this is also like, hey, give me a rook. I think it's give me a rook. Sure, you take my bishop, but I'm mostly just pretty happy, I think, with that trade. You've also opened up this nice little file here for me. So if we're able to pressure here, bring out the rook to play, could be a ball game. Hey, you also got this. If you could get rid of this. This whole video is me saying this, take. I hope you're enjoying. By the way, let me know in the comments if you like the format of the 10-minute rapid game, or if you prefer like a longer game where I have more time to think about moves and hopefully not blunder as much. It's a trade-off, you know? I do feel that this is a good time balance for a video, but a lot of times I do run out. How is it my turn? I did not see that. So, sorry. I'm now just wasting time. So he takes back. I didn't realize it was my turn. Pretty sure we want to do this. Hey, we're pressuring his rook. We lost a lot of time. I apologize. If we lose because of time, that's totally on me. Pressure on the rook. The only move is this. This is the only move, right? And if that, what do we do? He's not threatening with the rook, so we don't actually have to move it at all. We're happy where it is. And now because the knight is here, all of a sudden, sorry, you got this protected by the knight. Not that I would actually take that, but it creates some tension, doesn't it? Oh no. I pre-moved, guys, accidentally. Oh no. I pre-moved my horse into a hanging position. But no, this is the Johnny Gambit, dude. This is the Johnny Gambit, the horse Gambit. Okay, they take my horse, right? And they open up the king file for me. That's my, I'm gonna say that's my master plan. Oh, check. Move your king or block it, maybe with your thingy. He moves the king. Okay, I'm down. Now this is not free. Horse is not free, sadly. Do we have any decent moves with the rook? I do not think so. I do not. I think just in general, it's not. It wasn't a great sequence of events for us. This is probably the best thing we're looking at. No, it's not. He just takes. You're now throwing. We have thrown. Disaster. This is why we're in the 300 elo. But we'll get better. We need to get sharper, dude. This is like, hey, come on, man. Come on, man. How do you not see that, right? How do you not see that? Now we could do something like this and then double up on the diagonal with the rook. I don't think it's a terrible idea. Can we do anything with this bishop? He's just like frozen in time forever. It's a big problem. Something like this. Like right now he's not threatening anything. So if we can create some kind of threat that's decent, but this is just like he takes. And we got no other play. So I'm thinking something like this. So you go for the 2-turn pawn push. And at least you create some kind of structure that forces him to move from there. I just hate my position. Let me be honest with you. This was just like tunk tunk, and you know, in the blink of an eye, we've lost the small advantage we had in material at one point. And this is a big problem, by the way. This bishop, like, how do you get it out of there? You can't move because of this. There's no way we can slay these goddamn pawns. I'm starting to think that, you know, this is not bad. Are we happy to just take, or does that create a problem? Dude, at this point, we'll take it, you know, open up this file for us to try to make something happen. It's not great. Just gonna be honest with you, you know? A move like this could potentially be okay, but no, because then he protect, the bishop protect is a disaster. But hey, something like this, dude, it's also protected by the knight. It's all just a disaster, isn't it? Oh, you gotta think, right? Hey, open up this. This shit has to go, man. These two fuckers, one way or another, we need to clear that up. It's like we can't breathe, you know? Not threatening anything immediately with that, just protecting the queen a bit further. So I'm gonna go with my strat here. Okay. So it didn't really improve our situation much. Like, we now can do this, but then he could... Nah. He will just lose. Lose his knight if he does that. If he takes, we take back, lose a lot of pawns, and the king is out in the open, but at least we have a chance to, like, start moving things. I don't know, man. I am not super happy with it, but I will happily take it. Now, this scares me. What are you doing? He doesn't plan to just go in. what could he take? This move is pretty scary. Because right now we can't move our bishop much. Could do something like this, actually. If we're threatening this, he can't take back. If we do this, he can take back with bishop. And that would be nasty. So this, you know, he's taking that, right, for free. Which sucks. And he's just putting himself in a pretty decent position. But I'm going to go ahead and add a bit of pressure here. Probably takes, I would assume. So I'm not sure that was a great idea. No, sorry. If he decides to take that, would I be... I don't know if I'm happy trading queens at this point. That's like an interesting question. But one thing we have is this. And at this point, you know, if I can take some material for free, dude, I will fucking take it. I'll take whatever you can give me, you know? This... Oh, interesting. He doesn't want to do that because that doesn't make sense. Are we happy if he takes here? And then we go like, oh, check, right? Is there something else we can do here? On the white squares with our bishop? We are kind of running out of time, so I'm going to, you know, try to expedite things. Now remember, we have the rook down here. So if we're able to... Let's do this. We have the rook here, so if we, you know, want to make something happen with the bishop, we could potentially. There's also this, if the king moves away at some point. And if the bishop is also not in that square. So he's in check. What does he do? Well, probably something like this, right? Now, if we could bring the rook out like this and get a check going, that could be pretty strong. Takes. We hate it. I'm gonna go for this. I don't know if that's the right play, but in my mind, if we can get some pressure there, that's pretty good. What is he trying to do right now? He's got this and this. And he's also got a line on this bishop. Sorry, on this pawn. End of the video. Now my brain is all like mush. And by the way, we both of us have like 1 minute 25 seconds on the clock. So this is probably gonna end due to time. So thinking about some like snap moves would be a good thing. Okay, so he takes that. He's not currently threatening anything we care about. I want to do this. Put some pressure on his king. Maybe get him to have to think a little bit. Now, if he goes here, what is our play? Can we punish that? Oh, well, I was thinking we could force a take here, but I don't know if that necessarily helps us. Force something. Again, you have very little time. If he takes, oops, we take back. If he doesn't, we take the queen and we're super happy. No matter what happens after. And more than anything, dude, if we can like push it to like the end time zone, you know, maybe we get him to panic a little, don't we? Okay, we gotta do you like this. And we do you like this. Now he's actually in a pretty bad spot because we got this line here with the queen as well. Sure, he can take back, that's fine. He can just take, right? Mm-hmm. Now, do this. Go for this. Now this is just gymnastics. You've won by timeout. He's done it. Let's go. Well, hope you enjoyed this latest installment of An Idiot Plays Chess. I will continue to try to get better, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.